My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life.
Man, oh man, oh man. I got to keep this 100% real. This is a terrible, terrible look for Dr. Umar Johnson. And it looks so bad that it could possibly ruin his career. Although, these days in 2025, it probably won't. And I say that because if you look at, for example, the black church, there have been pastors of churches who have been in scandal and after scandal after scandal, said this thing wrong, done that thing wrong, and their career just keeps right along chugging. So if you can have all these stains and blemishes and still be a pastor of a church, I'm pretty sure, now that I think about it, Dr. Umar's career will keep chugging right along as a quote-unquote pro-black Pan-Africanist, because those are just the times that we're in right now. But for those of you who've been under a rock, basically, and that's why I played the video at the beginning, that's his daughter, his oldest daughter. And if you look at the situation, you want to wait and you want to hear both sides. But if you listen to what she said and you read what he posted, I don't know if he understands this, but he actually confirmed everything that she said. Like she said, he's been a deadbeat. He's not been a part of her life, hasn't been to any graduations, doesn't have her phone number, didn't connect her to the younger sister. Just an absentee father for her entire life. And then he got on social media, and what he said? Oh, let's have a 3-way conversation with your mom, and then we can explain why I've been absent. Oh man, I don't think he thought that through. I don't think he thought that through. Because at the end of the day, you just confirmed that you have children out here that you are not taking care of. All the while trying to open a school for black children. It's just the irony of the whole thing. You want to open the school and you're raising money to open the school to help black children, and you have 2 black children that you are not raising. It's just very ironic, sir. We just got to be honest about it. I've already talked about the school in the past and how, just honestly, I don't think the school is ever going to open, just because you're never going to be able to fundraise enough money to open and run an actual school off of, black community donations. Now, if you get Fortune 500 companies and government money, then yeah. But without those two things, it's not going to happen. Especially when you're not somebody who's already rich yourself. So it's never going to happen. And I don't necessarily think he has ill intentions with the school. I don't. I just think, listen, in my personal opinion, he's not an organized, structured enough person to pull this off, even if he had the money. You got to have organizations in place, structures in place. You got to be disciplined. You got to have budgets and all these other kind of things, assistants, employees. You got to run your whole situation like a real top-down organization, and he hasn't exhibited the skills or the know-how or the want to be that for a school to be successful. But that doesn't even matter at this point because, like I said, he's never going to have enough money for it in the first place. And I know, based upon what he said, he would make the argument, well, you got to look at the mama. I can tell just by what he posted. His argument is going to be, look at the mama. The mama's keeping me away from the child. And, I was trying to be, and I filed for this type of custody with the court, and I did this. And listen, he may have done those things. And he may or may not be current on his child support. I'm not saying that either. But we got to be real, though. We got to be real. The fact of the matter is, you're not with the mom, and you don't have a positive relationship with the mom, and it's going to have a negative impact on how you parent. That's just what it is. Then you throw on top of that the negative. As much as you may say that you want to be a great father to your daughter, but the mom is keeping you away. On the other hand, you also have this lucrative and enjoying and fulfilling speaking career. Like if you go on his social media and look at his dates, he's international. He's all over the United States. He's all over Canada. He's all over Africa. He's flying around the world internationally, meeting people, doing speaking engagements, getting paid for it, trying all kinds of different things, seeing all kinds of different things. He's getting to travel and see the world, and he's enjoying himself. We got to be real about that. He is enjoying himself. He's found something that he's good at, and it's affording him money, notoriety, fame, and an opportunity to travel and see the world. And he's enjoying that. And being a full-time father, guess what? If he was a full-time father, there would be a whole lot less travel, wouldn't it? So, we got to be honest. We got to really think about these things. If you got 50-50 joint custody, all that traveling's got to be cut at least in half. Probably more so than half because kids got school. You're going to be a full-time father with 50-50 custody. A lot of those dates got to get cut out. A lot of those speaking engagements got to get cut out. A lot of that travel got to get cut out. A lot of that freedom that you got. And meeting this woman over here and that one over there and traveling over here. All that's going to be gone. Let's just be honest. Is that something he really wants to do? Cut back his lifestyle, cut back his living experiences and his travel and his income from speaking by 50 to 60% to co-parent with the woman that he no longer gets along with? Come on, let's be honest. Let's just be honest for a second. Come here, let's be real. We got to be real, man. This is bad. This is bad. You can't be talking about the black children and you didn't figure out a way to maintain a relationship with yours. You can't do that. It's one thing if things fell apart and you had issues and when you came onto the scene, your kids were already grown, right? Because if the kids is already grown before you come onto the scene and you already had the baby mama issues and the absenteeism and all that before you came onto the scene, it's not like you can get in the time machine and go back and do it over. So you just got to live with it. But coming onto the scene when your children are still young and you're exploding in the scene prior to resolving those situations, and as you rise through the ranks and rise in popularity, you never figure out a way to resolve those situations, that's a bad look. It's a bad look. And we got to be real. The daughter is 22 years old. So that means technically she's been an adult for about 4 years now. She could have exposed dad many, many years ago. And that's going to be interesting to see how that develops, because dad could have been exposed several years ago. There's a reason why it's happening now. Like, we got to be honest. Like, you can say, oh, because let's just say we grant him the argument. The mom is evil. The mom kept him away from the daughter. The daughter's 22 years old. You could have reached out to her. How many times have we heard guys say, hey, I'll just holler at you when you turn 18? Well, according to what we heard, 18 came and gone. 19 came and gone. 20 came and gone. 21 came and gone. So you can't even use that excuse. Because she reached adulthood, 18 years old. Where a lot of guys say, I'll reach out to you then. And it looks like you didn't reach out then either. So, I mean, listen, no matter how you slice it, it looks bad. Real bad.